How's it going, everybody? Johnny Styles here, live, completely live. WellnessObserverLive.com is already up and running. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your support and the merch. The merch has been going crazy, shipping everywhere in the world, and it's very humbling because I know a few people that follow me for years have asked me about this, that, and the other, and eventually make it come into fruition, and then seeing people from all over the world just support the hashtag Calves Matter movement, the hashtag Glued Ham movement, the Nike one, which I will make a video. I promise you guys I'll make a video on each and every single drop, and I will explain to you the idea and the brainstorming and the thinking on all these cool products. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, and it's only a matter of time before we start doing more launches and more cool stuff for our wellness girls and the wellness division. And again, thank you so much. I posted it up here so you guys can see it. But you already know the entire world saw it, especially if you're in Tampa Pro. And we'll talk about the Tampa Pro this entire video. So let me know in your comments if you have any questions, concerns, or whatever. I'll answer it live because I didn't do any mailbag questions this week. But I will talk about the Tampa Pro 2023. I will also touch a little bit on the Masters Pro Wellness, which also happened at the Tampa Pro. A little bit of controversy here and there, not only in the Masters one, but again in the Open one, which I'll talk about it as well. Again, thank you guys so much for the support on the merch. If you haven't gotten your merch, please go to wellnessobserverlive.com and get your side of the merch. All right, we're going to be starting off here real quick with the 2023 Tampa Pro Masters Wellness, which Casey Long again won her Masters division in what could be the closest edition of her life, basically the contest that it made her sweat bullets, believe it or not, because Yami Putrich, believe it or not, was right there neck and neck with her. And if you guys saw my stories, there was something did happen here and there, and it comes down to each and every single competitor. But if again, congratulations to Casey. It is what it is. She won this show. And Yami is right there. I believe Yami needs a few more pounds to be very competitive. She is already competitive, but she needs a little bit more muscle and size in her lower body. She knows it. I don't know, 8 more pounds. But here's the thing that happened at the Tampa Pro Masters. When it was announced that Casey won the show, her post-show celebration live on stage wasn't the best. And I was there, people were there, fans, judges, competitors, they were all there. You gotta still remember, unless you're winning the grandest one of them all, which is the Olympia, your celebration, you're still doing a pageant show, okay? So, I don't want to Instagram to take this video down, but if you start saying the F word, if you start saying, the F, yeah, F this, F that, and I know she has a big mouth. I know she can talk a lot. That's her gimmick in a way. But you're still representing the league. You're still representing the league in the class, You got to control your emotions. Saying things like, I'm the best in the world and stuff, it's not really necessary because you're not the best in the world. And for people to come at me, not only competitors, but for fans and people in attendance, saying, that was a little bit out of the reach for a competitor to say that and to scream out loud. And I agree. That shouldn't be done. You should be able to celebrate with grace. And, if you were the very best in the world, you would have competed the next day, which you didn't. So I heard you ran and left. So don't do that. If you're a competitor and you're really probably winning the Olympia or the Arnold Classic, then scream at the world. But dropping f-bombs here and there on a prestigious show like the Tampa Pro is not the way to go. And when you're in backstage, when you're doing your makeup, when you're doing your tanning, all sorts of language, intimidation language, or basically trying to psych competitors out, saying that you're scared or that you're, this is the hardest show. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're here because you chose to be here. Those tactics don't really matter. So that's kind of what happened. And again, as I say one thing, I'll say the other thing. I like to promote the class, and it's taking so long for this class to get here. It's only a matter of time before we gotta do things right. We can't show that we're this class and we can throw f-bombs here and there, especially after winning a Masters show, which in reality it's just a Masters show. It is what it is. You should do an Open show, win an Open show, and then, oh my God, yeah, thank you, whatever. But the f-bombs, let's try to keep it a little bit, not necessarily trying to tell the world that you're the best in the world when you're not. Okay, she already hates me already. She'll hate me even more after this. Will I cover the Wellness Olympia Masters? I think so, yeah. Why not? Of course I would cover it. It doesn't mean that if she wins the Masters Olympia, she's the best in the world, because she's not. Anybody that does this show should know better. This is a show for older people to, express their talents and their bodies pretty much on stage and have their moment on stage. All right, next topic. Let's see what else can I talk about. So covering the full show on the Pro Open, which these girls were absolutely battling for the best in the world, with the best in the world. It was an awesome show. Great quality on stage. Of course, I'm going to talk, pretty much about all of them girls. I want to talk about Luz Estela, which she also did the Masters, okay? If you don't know about her, she's from Mexico. Real quick, she was going to do figure, and she decided to do wellness. I believe this is the right move for her. Another girl that I'm going to talk about real quick that I think, people wanted me to talk to her about. I saw Eroa Uku, and I said it in my threads. You can go back and watch it. When Eroa came out, her conditioning is crazy. She almost looks dead on like a figure girl, like crazy conditioning. Just her size is absolutely not there. So I believe she takes a long time to build that lower body. Her upper body is fine. It's just the lower body needs to grow. So many people did ask me about her. In reality, she needs to get bigger. Way bigger. But she's super cool, and I love meeting her. In reality, it's things that happen and things that you have to take care of little by little. Again, Yami Patrick placed 9th in the Open. Another competitor that did the Masters and stayed for the Pro Show because she wants to know where she's standing in all these great professional athletes. Yami needs around 8-9 pounds on her body, and she'll be doing a lot of shows and taking heads probably, because in reality she looks really good. It's just, again, the size is an issue. Devin Comrie, I'll say it here on video with you guys. I did an interview with her, but if you guys saw my interview with Marissa Andrews, you saw that the audio kind of messed up. So my interview with Devin, I'm trying to recover the audio. So Devin, if you're watching this, that's why I haven't posted the video. Next up, Angela White places 5th. It's a whole mixture of things, because at 5th, 4th place, everybody and their mom thought that Maria Paulette was going to place there. And then at the night show, she got shifted and she ended up in 7th place. Here's the deal with Maria Paulette. I strongly believe, and I've been following Maria Paulette since she was a bikini girl, okay? Way in Spain. All those Arnold, Europes. I've been following her career since she was a bikini girl. And Maria Paulette, from the front, she was good. She was very good. From the back, she was not good. She was off. Her lines weren't there. Her glute hamstring time was just not there. The teardrop was not there. And I believe that what happened in prejudging, well, she was a lot harder prejudging. In the night show, she came in a little bit more softer. And it's weird. I believe that, there were some mysterious lumps on her upper glutes. Now, is that her training? Is that, her glutes just pop out like that? If there was people in the crowd, kind of asking, kind of talking about it, you could hear the crowd buzzing because when you're seeing it live, things move a certain way. And, maybe the judges talk a certain way. Maybe the judges start doing themselves. And it probably shows that, we've seen this before with other athletes, that it kind of sort of looks like there's a lump in that upper glute, section of the muscle. So maybe if, if a judge can give her some type of feedback, maybe that's where it could hang. If not, then I'd strongly believe that her glute and ham at the night show looked really bad. Like it was like night and day from prejudging. And I believe it was that bad that the judges knocked her down over 2 or 3 spots. Just because you place in that first call out in the morning, that doesn't mean you're going to place there in the night show. That's why they rejudge you at night. So in reality, we don't know. It's very suspicious, okay? Watching it live, I'm sure that if Maria Paulette has no problem with the judges actually looking at her up close and personal to double, triple check if this is all legit, hey, that's probably the answer to the question. But until that happens, then we have to wait and see. If I were her, I would walk up to the judges and ask them straight up, or even show them if this is all legit. Show me what's wrong with my body. Show me what do you think I can get better. Because again, the good thing about having me here is I'll tell you straight up, no matter what. I don't have to be politically correct. I respect the judge's decision, but it doesn't mean that I have to agree with them, okay? So I believe not only her glute and ham were way off compared to her front body. Her front body was really good. But compared to her, backside, wasn't really good. And again, I can see how people think that she would have beaten Angela White because, Maria's bigger, like rounder all over. But hey, at the end of the night, the judges decided to go a whole certain route. Absolutely. So we have to wait and see. I believe she's doing Texas, so let's see if she can recover from this. Again, Devin was very surprised in our interview that we did that she actually, wasn't expecting 6th place because she knew something did end up wrong. But she was happy again that, she was way softer than we've seen her. And, it's not a good look for her. But again, she's doing Texas, so we'll find out. Angela White, I'm not a huge fan of her just because, again, I believe Angela needs a lot of size still. But again, when you're sticking up with this lineup, then, this is exactly what happens. That's why you never know what's going to happen. Either you can come in shape and probably switch places or not. Quintasia Goodley, she's done great. I've talked about her consistently improving, consistently doing better, showing up show after show. Quintasia has done great. She still needs size. I believe she's almost right there, very close in doing conditioning with her body. I believe that Quintasia has kind of nailed conditioning already. Presentation was fine. Everything was good. I believe that she can still put on a few more pounds and, make that package complete. Marissa Andrews places 3rd. Many people, including myself, had her 2nd place after prejudging. I don't know what happened. I believe that at the night show, Andrea came in a little bit harder, and her entire presentation just kind of knocked that 2nd place out for her. Even Andrea was kind of shocked at the 2nd place, but she was living it up, and she was so happy just to place 2nd. I don't agree with people that are saying that Marissa was not in shape. She was in shape. I saw her very close, up and personal. She had lines everywhere. and she looked great. For Marisa Andrews, she looked great. Night and day from that once Marisa that I critiqued so hard that she was so small. So, I believe, can she do any better? Absolutely, but I don't think she needs to do any better. I believe that she can bring the same package and probably win Texas because she was looking darn good. Can she be bigger? Sure, her upper glute still needs to get bigger, but everything else kind of match pretty darn good. Andrea Renko, we've talked about her, very pretty girl, very elegant, a lot taller than other girls, very presentable on stage, good package, good stage presentation. She did slip a little bit, which we talked about in the video, but she ended up placing second, very, very happy. Many people talked about how is it, that they place Andrea next to Ryan, next to Marisa. The judges can only judge what it's in front of them. And I'll tell you now without, nothing in the world. Ryan Fogal, ladies and gentlemen, when I created the 5-star rating, I followed a lot of sports analysts which have done the same throughout their careers. And I knew, after many, many years of studying the industry, I knew somehow, some way the 5 stars were going to be broken no matter what. And eventually probably 7 stars or 6.5. But I didn't know it was going to be this quick. I didn't know it was going to be this fast. And I didn't know I was going to see it so up close and personal. Ladies and gentlemen, it is so hard to achieve this type of muscle, this type of fullness, this type of hardness, this type of happy medium in your body, shape, presentation. Ryan Fogal was miles away from everybody in this show. There is absolutely nobody in this lineup that could just stand next to her. Nobody. Watching her in person, you could hear the people in the crowd just gasp when she came out. Just the whole package, the whole presentation, the glitz, the glamour, entirely insane. Okay, so we knew this was going to happen, and she told me straight up, this has been the easiest, most calm prep she's ever done. And if that's the case, if you saw the interview, she wants to come even better for the Olympia. And it's crazy to think that a body so well received can get any better. Again, this is timing. Timing is everything in this, hobby we call bodybuilding and fitness. But yes, there's a picture with Calves Matter, and boy, oh boy, the package that she brought, full, hard, beautiful. This is literally true wellness in its essence, okay? So the roundness, the bigger legs, bigger calves, bigger glutes, the abs, the shoulders, the entire package. This, my friends, is what true wellness is all about. It's going to be really interesting to see Francieli Matos, Isa Pereira Núñez, Giselle Machado, and Ryan Fogal. All those 4 girls. True, legit wellness 101 happening in the Olympia. Again, 6 stars for her. Watching it live and in person, it was just something that you had to see to believe. So, that's my take on her, basically on Tampa. Basically, there's no words for me to describe. As you saw, I posted Francieli earlier, obviously showing the hashtag Calves Matter. She is doing her homework because she knows that these girls are coming in for the kill. This will be the absolute hardest Olympia to defend because these girls are not playing around. I've told you guys in the beginning, I told you guys in the beginning of the year that the reason smaller girls, which I did see small girls in the Tampa Pro Show around walking, okay? Do not believe everything you hear on social media regarding, certain pros, okay? I saw a couple pros that when I saw them live, I almost made them do the stand-up straight challenge because absolutely nothing was there. So be very careful about it, and it's going to be really interesting. From those 4 girls, they all can do the straight up and down challenge, and you can tell their glutes are absolutely insane. So For those of you that really did want me to talk about Maria Paulette, I talked about you guys about her, and that's really what I have to say in terms of her body shape and structure. There is nobody in the world touching Ryan Fogal. There is absolutely nobody. Million miles from the competition, and it's cool because girls like Marissa, for example, she was telling me like she knew Ryan was gonna come down and do the show, and she didn't care. She wanted just to try and be compared to her, and that's the attitude that you should get when you're trying to improve, when you're trying to face the very best in the world. How are you gonna say you're the best in the world and you're still doing Master Show and you're not doing the Open Show? Like what is that? Okay. Same thing is like, why would you even tell anybody that you're the best in the world when you're not? You're not. Probably in your own bubble, in your own household, maybe you're the best in the world, not in real life. So if you have any questions right now in the mailbag, I will get them right here live as we're almost done with the show. I really think the show was really good. We would have to cover Texas, because in Texas there are some girls that we haven't seen the entire year, and there's girls from here, from the U aren't good, and I believe these girls look amazing no matter what. So if you don't have any more questions, again, I really like that you guys have absolutely gotten the shirts, gotten the merch. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, each and every single one of you. No matter where the shirts are going, Brazil, Denmark, Spain, Puerto Rico, of course, United States of America, they are all getting shipped out straight to you guys, and I really do appreciate each and every single one of you. Let me see if I have here a. Would I change anything on Marissa's body? I wouldn't change anything. Like I said, if you guys saw the interview, I really like her body right now. She shouldn't do anything. She should just go into Texas and do the show, same as she's looking right now, and see who she's facing in Texas. Again, this show was a completely different show from the Republic of Texas. Remember that? This show was a completely different show from all the other shows. So Marissa doesn't have to do absolutely anything. Marissa needs to show up. I did say in the interview that Marissa and her posing was awesome. I think she's getting more comfortable on stage. I think that she's getting her groove on stage. Many of the girls that I saw on stage are still kind of iffy, are still kind of like, jumpy. I hate seeing jumpy girls on stage. What I mean by that is when you're walking, the walking segment of the proportions of your show, there's a simple line. This jumpiness on heels, it just looks freaking terrible. I'm not going to say the F word. I'm not going to say the F word. Marissa is here. She'll be showing up. And Marissa, I gotta say it now in the live. All you need to do is show up and be like this. Cero miedo. That's zero fear for everybody and their competition. Again, I'm really happy for Marissa Andrews. Eventually, her upper glute work will grow. Hopefully, it won't look weird like other upper glutes. But again, Marissa, very good job. Very, very good job. I would like to see this package again. Do I offer posing sessions? I do offer posing sessions. Hit me up in my DMs. It will be on the website, wellnessobserverlive.com. What I do is I basically, I schedule you. We'll talk one-on-one, and I'll look at you straight up. And I will, the good thing is with me, I can tell you what probably judges cannot tell you because they want to be, more correct, more decisive in what they want to say. I would probably tell you what they're looking for. And maybe your hip needs to get better. Maybe your side poses need to get better. We always find a way. I was doing this with Kenny Wallach all over the world. Puerto Rico, Mexico, United States of America. We were doing posing on wellness when people didn't know what wellness is. So now everybody and their mom must want to be a posing coach, which in reality, you can't really just go crazy. There are some girls, and they know who they are, that have sent other girls, just some women feel better with other women. Some women understand women better, but it's very different. You don't want to emulate. You don't want to emulate your favorite wellness girl, because that favorite wellness girl doesn't mean that this has the same body as you. So it doesn't mean that you have to move exactly the same way. Some girls can pull it off. Some girls can be like, hey, I want to look like that girl, so let me pose like her. And it works. Some girls, absolutely not. It looks freaking terrible. I almost said the F word. But I didn't. I love your merch. Yes, the merch. Thank you so much. The merch is going wild. So thank you so much for representing not only me, the Wellness Observer. No, you're representing wellness in general. If you guys have any ideas for cool merch, maybe you'll listen to them. Send them to me, and I will absolutely consider it for a future drop. Because we will do one very cool one, and then the other one will be like a parody cool that you guys want. Because you guys love the parodies. So, again, thank you so much for the detailed, very detailed. You have to be. We have to show, we have to improve, we have to be very detailed oriented. And of course, Cavs Matter absolutely showed up in Tampa. And I wanna say something before I leave. Somebody in the comments, I don't remember who it was. Somebody said that, why do I promote the Cavs as much when supposedly in the rule book they're not being looked at, blah blah blah, this and the other? Because this is, if bodybuilding, classic physique, men's physique, if they don't want to do it, which I think is wrong. I think the calves are absolutely part of a muscle group. It's part of your body. It's part of your symmetry. I believe that it's one class you're going to accept and value the calves should be wellness. Because number one, the lower body of the body is actually the one being judged over the upper body. It's bodybuilding the other way around. So you can call the calves probably the biceps, okay? So if you have a bodybuilder and you're doing a front double bicep, if a bodybuilder has a small arms, they're going to call them out, absolutely, because it throws off their symmetry, shape, their structure. But in wellness, you're judging the entire lower body. You know how terrible it looks when girls have big quads, big legs, and absolutely zero calves? Yeah, it's terrible. I think I will be talking about this prior to the Olympia with some very cool Olympia people. You heard it here first. The Godfather of Wellness will be talking with some high-level media of the Olympia, and you guys can see it. And I hope they don't edit anything. I hope they put it all legit, because I'm gonna talk straight. Like I always shoot straight. I don't bend the rules here, but that's who I am, and you guys won't have me any other way. And yeah. Oh, somebody asked me if Angela is gonna compete. I assume so. I assume she's gonna do the Olympia. And it's weird. I was talking with a couple people on Tampa that, yeah, a lot of fans feel that, the champs should compete more. And, it's a topic for debate. Some of these champions, they have families and everything. But when they see champions like Natalia Coelho, which is the women's physique Olympia champ currently, she did Pittsburgh, she did New York. It's kind of cool to see your world champ just do other shows. But again, it's personal preference. I don't know. I believe Angela will do the Olympia, and I believe her placing will drop down severely. The Ocho is not even doing the show, so don't even ask me at the Ocho. You too, brother. Lumber Photography, I bet him. He's awesome. He takes some killer pictures, and yeah. Tell the people at the PCA to hire me to do a whole restructure of the wellness division if they want to, because they need to learn from the Godfather of Wellness. What happened with the Masters of Wellness? What was the controversy? Well, you came in late, so you're going to have to probably see the show, replay once again. In 1 second, basically, the Masters winner created a celebration moment, dropping F-bombs left and right. And it's something that in a pageant, with still a beauty pageant, physique beauty pageant, you shouldn't do. And you shouldn't call yourself the best in the world, because you're not the best in the world. So that's going to leave it right there. If you caught it live, if not, then you can go back and see it, and I explain in detail, because this cannot happen. No matter if you win the Arizona Pro, Tampa Pro, Vegas Pro, New York Pro, you scream, you cry, you praise to hand to God, Buddha, whoever you believe in, the universe. But the fact that you start, cursing on stage and saying some words, that makes competitors, people in the audience, there's kids there too. Yeah, it's not the best look. We don't want that, especially in our entire wellness division. Thank you so much for being here. It was awesome chatting with you guys. Keep it locked. I have a video interview with Isa Pereira Nunez, the one and only. She was here with the whole Barbie situation on. And Isa was injured. She had a knee injury, and she talks about it. So if you want to see more videos, look up on YouTube, Wellness Observer Live, Johnny Styles, or you can watch them right here, because I'm posting them right here. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up, the whole heart emoji, or just share it with the world, because this is your #1 source for all things professional wellness. I love you guys too, and I'll see you very, very soon, okay? Let's do this.